Welcome back kapatid! Isang Puerto Rican ang ubod ng yabang na si Wilfredo Vasquez Jr. ang nakarap nila Marvin Sonsona at Nonito Donaire. Si Marvin Marvelous Sonsona ang pinakabatang naging World Champion sa edad na 19. Napanalunan niya ang WBO World Super Flyweight title. Sa unang laban ni Sonsona kontra Vasquez, ang paglalabanan nila ang bakanting WBO World Super Bantamweight title. Pare silang undefeated na may record na 17 wins, 14 knockouts na si Wilfredo Vasquez, habang si Marvin Sonsona may 14 wins, 12 knockouts. Sa weigh-in pa lang pinakita na ng Puerto Rican ang angas nito dahil naliliitan ito sa ating kababayan. Hindi na nga ito pinapansin ni Sonsona at dinadaan na lang sa ngiti. Dahil na din ang laban ay gaganapin sa harap mismo ng kanyang mga kababayan sa Puerto Rico. Kaya ganoon na lang siya kaangas at tiwala sa sarili.
This is a tough fight right now for both guys. Sonsona is aware that Vasquez Jr. has picked up the pace in the last couple of rounds. He doesn't want this thing to, start sliding away from him at this early stage. He holds on and blasts. He's a tough kid.
It is.
He knows what he's doing in the ring.
At the age of 19, so slick already. But you see, I think he's slowing down now, though.
Vasquez is keeping the pressure on him, and the heavier blows have been landed throughout the course of the first 3 rounds, and here into the fourth. Good hard right hand. Look at this, landing shots. Slide down the ropes is what he should be doing. Does that cut open up a little bit more as he comes back with the left hand? Looks like he might have a different cut, Benny. I can't really tell.
No, I think he's still all right. I think he got a pretty good mouse right there. But the key for Vasquez is you got to mix it up. Go low. There it is. Go low and then go. Oh, there's that straight right.
Bottom of a good, powerful straight right. And he hurt him. It looked like a shot upstairs, and then he hurt him to the body. Now it's up to 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. He may not make it.
Natalo ang ating kababayan by a 4th round knockout. At noong February 2012 ay may isang Pinoy na naman ang nakarap ng Puerto Rican na ito kontra kay Nonito the Filipino Flash Donaire. May kartadang 27 wins, 1 loss at 18 knockouts, habang si Vasquez Jr. naman may 21 wins, 1 loss at 18 knockouts. Sa harapan ay muli na naman pinakita ang pagkaangas at yabang nito. Nagkainitan at nagkasagutan nga po ang dalawa. Nang pakialaman at baliktarin ni Vasquez ang sombrero ni Donaire, kaya sa inis nito ibinaba niya ang suot na bonnet ni Vasquez. Paglalabanan nila ang bakanting WBO World Bantamweight title. Sa laban nila, pinabagsak ni Donaire ang mayabang na Puerto Rican sa round 9.
So he was far more accurate and more powerful in that round. Now we go to the 9th. He may not get the win, but Wilfredo Vasquez Jr. will get some respect for having turned the fight around to a certain extent, gotten back on the same page with Donaire.
Think the same thing, Jim. And he's very good defensive when he had to take a punch. He's taking a punch. He's coming on. He's working behind the jab the best he can without committing to the point where he leaves himself open. Right there.
Hard right hand by Donaire.
Every time he jabs, he's got to always be watching out for a right hand to come over top.
Let's go. Very little body punching in this game. If Donaire wants to be a knockout puncher, he's got to invest some time in body punching.
He did it early in the fight when he was throwing rights and lefts to the body. More recently, not as much.
Well, even then when he was throwing, Vasquez was blocking him for the most part. He couldn't get through, and then both guys have a fairly high protective cup too when it comes up over the very.
Well, Larry,
found a
good shot.
What a couple of punches. tremendous uppercut, and the left hook to put him down.
And really, on all the time, Vasquez had his hand up. He found a hole between the gap. That's because of the very accurate punching power.
First time Wilfredo Vasquez Jr. has been down in his professional career.
And there we saw some signs of that quick-handed power. But Vasquez seems pretty stable despite that.
It was a remarkable combination, though.
Vasquez just wants to get out of the round now. Sometimes it's smart to run from your troubles.
Here we see the left uppercut to come right up, right up.
Panalo si Donaire via split decision. June 2014, nagkaharap muli sa pangalawang pagkakataon sila Marvin Sonsona at Wilfredo Vasquez Jr. para sa bakanting NABF featherweight title. Dito naghiganti si Sonsona, dala niya ang tapang at tiwala sa sarili na makakaganti siya sa nakarang pagkatalo nito.
Got himself off the ropes and into good position a moment ago.
When they fought 4 years ago in February of 2010, Wilfredo Vasquez, more experienced, was able to beat Sonsona to the punch, control the action, and ultimately wrecked him with body shots. Right now, it is Vasquez Jr. who goes down on a body shot. Sonsona has wrecked him with body shots this time. How ironic was that? So Sonsona remembered what Vasquez did to him with body shots and starts it out that way in round number 1. About Vasquez Jr.'s emotional constitution coming into the fight. He was all but a basket case in the fighter meeting yesterday. And it helps to create the unusual situation where a guy, Sonsona, who was wrecked, knocked out in 4 rounds the first time around, is the logical favorite in this fight. I was trying to remember the last time somebody who got KO'd in 4 by a preceding opponent or something like that was the favorite the second time around, and the best I could come up with was the obvious, Lennox Lewis against Hasim Rahman the second time they fought. That was a long time ago. Good body shot by Vasquez. Fast other. That way we get to see the action flow freely.
No. Not in the case of this fight.
Then we would never see Marquez Pacquiao. That's a free.
That's a great point.
Wouldn't get to see it once, much less 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Yep. And the thing I hate to say it, but people always talk about good fights. If they fought 7 times, we are guaranteed that all 7 will be good fights.
Well, they're as closely matched as any 2 fighters in the last couple of decades in terms of what's happened between them in the ring. And the matchup for them is more interesting than ever because the outcome is now really in doubt. Until recently, it always went to the scorecards. It was always close. Marquez weathered the early storm. He'd outbox him, and now, who knows? It ended before the closing bell.
Oh, referee takes a shot. Sonsona and Vasquez make it to the finish line. Boy, that was a wrestling match, Chip. I've got a 95-93, 5-4 1-minute rounds.
92, he has it for Sonsona.
Panalo si Marvin Sonsona via split decision. At yan muna mga kapatid. Marami pong salamat sa mga nag-subscribe at nag-follow sa ating Facebook page. Thank you for watching.
And now the NABF champion, Magaling.